Hi, my name is Shawn Dube. I am co-chef at the Shelburne Inn in Long Beach, Washington. Myself and Amity Geralamo just took over the program, and we're very eager to turn things up over there. Really eager to advance the program.
How do you define success?
I would define success as anything you do, professionally or personally, that brings you a great amount of gratitude. Success is learning through your successes and your failures, things you've done in the past that define who you are now. So yeah, success, I would say, is happiness with what you do, both professionally and personally.
Where did your inspiration come from?
My inspiration came from mentors. I've had the privilege of having three great ones throughout my life. They've always pushed me to my very limits so that I know what I'm possible of doing or capable of doing. Also, I would say my high school career had a large influence on me in that it forced me to find my passion and go with it. My entire high school career was focused around my passion, which obviously is cooking, and I was able to, with great mentors, able to really shine and succeed from there. So my inspiration comes from those around me, people that are willing to help you and want to share in you following your dreams.
How did you move from idea to something actually succeeding in the market?
Well, from a cooking standpoint, we deal a lot. We cater our food programs very largely to our demographic, because if you can't sell it, you can't really produce it. So from conceptualizing something, you kind of gather all of the knowledge that you've learned up until now, anticipating what you think your demographic would enjoy. Then we go through a testing process, talking with other chefs, what do you think about these flavor combinations, these textures together? And then from there, testing on family and friends, perhaps, and then delivering it to market, to your guests. And yeah, and you go from there. So yeah, from idea, it starts with everything you've learned up until now. And then we test it on individuals, and then we send it to market, which is our guests on the table. So,
how did you organize your team?
I organized my team. I believe, well, I'm going to speak to a new venture because that's what I'm doing right now. With any new venture you go into, a kitchen venture perhaps, I should speak to that. I'm a firm believer in there's got to be its own culture. There's got to be a kitchen culture. What I mean by that is I'll always try to foster working together, ultimately teamwork, knowledge, passion, the pursuit of excellence through discipline in cooking. And so structuring my team really is trying to foster a culture with those attributes.
If you could have, what would you have done differently?
I would have liked, well, if I could have, I would have continued my schooling. I went to the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York, and received an associate's degree. But seeing as though, my ultimate goal is to most likely one day own my own restaurant, which is a business, I would have liked to really dive more into that and learn more theories about how to run a business and management styles and things like that, instead of really learning them on the job, because I feel then you're a product of your environment, your ex-teachers, your ex-mentors, and you kind of feel limited. Whereas if I would have gotten more schooling, I would have maybe been able to see a larger picture, would have been able to grab from different sources to to make a business successful. So, more schooling.
What makes a great entrepreneur?
I think what makes somebody a good entrepreneur is someone who can successfully run a company, someone who is internally happy with what they're doing, as well as mentors and supplies happiness to their employees as well. Also giving back, to the community that supports them in the first place, I think is also very important to be a success. Yeah.
What role did education have in your success?
I think education probably was the biggest factor in my personal success. I had the privilege of going to a new age style of high school where we were given the opportunity to follow our passions. 2 days out of the week we would attend an internship. In my case obviously was cooking, so I was working with a chef 2 days out of the week. And in the meantime, my entire curriculum, math, science, everything else was focused around my passion. So food science and pretty much everything to do with food. And then so from there I went to the Culinary Institute of America, where the style of thinking and learning I learned there, which was, for me personally, it was nothing is impossible. You can, no one is smarter than anybody else. You can attack a problem, maybe not the same way someone does, but in a different way, and still get a positive result. Because when I did go to college, I was intimidated because I had a different style of high school, and everything I knew was surrounded by cooking. So definitely education played a huge role in my personal success. I'd like to see more programs like that around. So,
what's the most important question we didn't ask you, and what's your answer?
I would say a question form: how important is passion when it relates to success? In my industry, we kind of joke that the only thing that really keeps us going is passion. It's a difficult profession, long hours. You got to work weekends and holidays and all that. We have a passion for making people happy. We give them nourishment. Everybody understands how to eat. We all know what we like. We all know what we dislike, and it's exhilarating to try something new for the first time. So, how important is passion? I think passion is everything. Passion is the force that's going to make you keep going and keep striving, even after failure, or success after success. Success after success, you keep wondering what else is out there. How much more can I do? How much more can I learn? How much more can I help? And then through the failures, you keep telling yourself, well, I really love doing this, and I'm going to learn from these and pick myself back up and do it better next time. So yeah, passion. It's very important. For all those reasons. So yeah, that's one of those questions.